Hiveborn are here. On Rayclast.
Hope you like spiders, everyone.
Huh?
Oh no, it's an Ash skill tree.
He has fingers for bees!
Racing free, let's go.
I want whatever this is.
Oh my gosh.
Wait!
Lots of big quality of life updates coming.
What does that mean?
Oh my.
Not gonna lie, that seems fun.
Two-handed.
Make a minefield.
PoE 1.5, here we go.
That's wrong.
Mix and match ascendancies.
Thank you!
Oh, new rewards.
I want the go!
Ice rework.
Go puppet!
Faithio Blight, let's go.
It's a treehouse, chat!
Okay. Ready?
Ready to go?
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers from Grinding Gear Games, and welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame, which is coming out 1 week from now on October the 31st. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your high...
No, Cass, I don't have the bandwidth for that. I'm sorry.
Without further ado, let's roll the trailer for Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame.
We, the Keepers of the Flame, serve the will of the Dreamer. His instructions whispered from beyond the wall of sleep.
Holy.
But now, the Hiveborn are here, on Rayclast, and they seek to poison our world.
Hope you like spiders, everyone.
I have a feeling that Lock-On will not be playing this particular season.
We must close their breaches, destroy their hives, slay their breach lords.
Yeah, spiders aren't for everyone. That's looking cool.
I don't like them either. Huh?
Also, are we getting slow-mo effects? Are we getting slow motion effects for this update? My goodness.
I think we are.
And by his gifts, the Dreamer provides.
Oh no, it's another skill tree.
They brought this war to our world, but we shall end it. Whatever it takes.
He has fingers for feet!
And feet for his feet hands. Oh no.
Bloodline classes, what?
Bloodline classes?
I saw one of them was Necromancer. I'm hoping it's cool.
So are these... Oh, I'm wondering, are these replacing the existing ascendancies for this league? Kind of like the Affliction League?
It was a true sequel to the Breach League, first introduced to the game in 2016. We felt like it was time to progress the story of Breach, bringing with it a slew of new updates to the base game.
Hell yeah.
In today's stream, we'll take you on a deep dive into Path of Exile, Keepers of the Flame, beginning with the league mechanic, covering all the fearsome challenges it presents, and the new twisted ways you'll be able to empower your character. After that, we'll dive into the new ascendancy options possible with
10
Bloodline
new
classes.
Bloodline ascendancies?
Then we'll cover the much anticipated and synchronous trade system coming to Path of Exile 1.
Async trade, let's go.
That's
how to
pretty
access
helpful.
them,
I like
and
it.
some new drops worthy
Have
of the added
to.
difficulty. Finally, we'll cover some notable quality of life improvements before moving on to our supporter packs and challenge rewards.
Path
We'll
of
then have a
Qual.
live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask
Yep.
Path of Exile's game directors Mark and myself your questions from Twitch chat
Lots of big quality of life updates coming.
at 11 AM New Zealand time or 3 PM Pacific. So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi,
Hi, Mark.
Roberts,
Oh,
Game
hi,
Director
Mark.
on Path of Exile.
Mark, look
Breach
at
is
your
a beloved
brother.
league that has had an iconic history in PoE. We intend to honor that legacy with our first ever sequel league, Keepers of the Flame. This develops every aspect of Breach, adding new layers to discover, richer lore, scarier bosses, and entirely new mechanics. That said, this is still Breach, so you will still be opening breaches and slaying hordes of otherworldly monsters. The Breach
Oh,
Lords
yeah.
have found the means to stabilize the connection between their realm and Rayclast. Now, with their grip tightening, we learn their true goal in our world: conquest. The threat they pose has now escalated to home soil. On the coast in Act 1, you'll encounter Aelith, the founder of the Keepers of the Flame. This is a monastic order sworn to defend Rayclast from the Breach Lords. The exit to the Mudflats has been barricaded by Hiveborn, breach monsters that are working to claim every inch of Rayclast. Aelith can grant you a small spark of the power of the Flame, allowing you to blast away their barricade and move onwards. Once you enter the Mudflats, you'll find it infested with breach monsters.
Holy
They
shit.
appear to be constructing a kind of hive, creating strange shapes and structures that absolutely don't belong. Time to purge them with
Oh no, we don't get the level 3 Roa deaths.
protect her as she empowers
Oh
you to do so. Hold off
Level
the
3
assault long
what?
enough, and she'll be able to demolish the hive with cleansing flame.
no. Everyone dying on the Roas and the Mudflats.
In other areas,
The hardest zone in the game.
strained. Here, you'll find a more familiar encounter
Or
with a new
me
twist.
dying to the
A
fire
massive breach
sorcerer
hand
that pops
sunders
up
the
in
space
the middle.
between dimensions, and touching it will open an unstable breach.
Oh yeah,
causing
that
monsters to
guy.
flood in. If you can slaughter them quickly enough, you can stabilize the breach. This brazen action can draw the attention of Vroon, Marshal of Zesht, who will do everything it can to stop you. Defeating this boss will permanently seal the breach, severing another connection between the Breach Lord's world and Rayclast. These stabilized breaches are similar to what a breach once was.
I want
but
whatever this
with upgraded
is.
monsters,
He's just
a
running
success
around
condition to shoot for, UI tracking
cutting
to keep
people
the
up.
player informed of their progress through the encounter, and satisfying feedback when you do manage to complete the encounter. We've taken all the lessons we've learned since the release of Breach 9 years ago and improved upon it in every way we can. However, much of the joy of Breach came from its simplicity. While we want to modernize the mechanic, we don't want to undermine the core experience. You're still mostly just slaughtering hordes of enemies in a circle. Finally, in endgame areas you might run into breach constructions that have been left unopposed for too long, and have grown into their full twisted glory. Breach hives. Towering flesh-crafted cities in the sky. These are the visions of the Breach Lords made real in Rayclast, teeming with breach monsters. You must
I
raid
did say it, didn't I, Mr. Dragon? We're gonna get instance breach hives.
in some of these hives.
I figured that
you
was
may
what was
even
gonna happen
encounter
is
some
the
of the
breaches
breach
were
lords
gonna get
themselves, who will not be happy
thing
you're
that,
intruding on their planned conquest.
What is it, a business have?
Now, let's talk loot. Of course, being an exile is hard work, and you're unlikely to help entirely out of the goodness of your heart.
Like, say that again, sorry.
It's what
I
the
didn't quite hear
abysses
your
have,
last
where
one.
you go, like, certain abysses will have basically entire, like, extra zones that you go
The
down
abyss-
into.
Yeah.
You know how you can
Yeah,
get a
the depths,
trove,
yeah.
or you can get basically a tower where you go into it and
Alright.
you have to fight through that
Yeah.
area. But this one looks a lot more
Here we go.
involved.
Fortunately, Aelith has power and rewards aplenty, born of the Breach Realm itself, to offer you for your assistance. Help her, and she'll bring you to the Monastery of the Keepers, the hallowed halls
Wow.
of her order. Here, you'll find the Genesis Tree, the growing heart of the Keeper's power.
That's
On
a toe.
interacting with it, you'll find that this tree has a tree. That's right. It
It's a
couldn't be
tool made of ends.
unless the tree also had a tree. More importantly, the Genesis tree is an engine of unholy creation, and a profitable one. As you complete
Okay.
breach encounters and work more with Aelith, you'll be able to grow the Genesis tree larger and larger, sprouting additional limbs. Each of these limbs, you'll notice, has their own inventories. These can be used for an
That
unusual
was like,
method.
yeah, it was like a cat scratching post.
With
Very
this system, you'll be able
disturbing
to grow
cat
currency,
scratching post.
uniques, equipment,
Oh,
and a new kind of otherworldly item, grafts. Grafts are breach hands grown directly from the Genesis tree. born of the same flesh and sinew as the invading monsters. These fuse directly to your body. For example, the battering Allgraft will call massive arms to erupt from the earth, stunning all those they hit. For some additional pack clearing power, you could consider the Squalling Toolgraft. When commanded, this graft will cast Dance in the White, creating a deadly ice tornado, which aggressively seeks enemies and fires off bursts of ricocheting projectiles when you critically strike with skills. For some further utility and a useful buff, try out the Storming Ashgraft. This can be commanded to call down a ring of bolts from the sky that will leave behind the new Radiant Ground. Radiant Ground grants a potent damage buff to allies standing within it and makes their hit damage lucky.
This is pretty sick though.
No further than
like
the
it.
Erupting Zothgraft,
Like these are separate to your skill sockets, your gem sockets.
which then re-erupt when you Warcry. There are a total of 16 different graft types you can grow, each with their own skill. You can even unlock a second graft slot as you progress through Aelith's questline, so feel free to mix and match
Oh my,
horrors to your heart's content.
two-handed.
Grafts aren't just here to make you stronger, they are also your means of feeding the Genesis tree, which needs constant supplies of graft blood to grow anything useful. You can do this by defeating breach monsters, which will leave behind blood that your graft will automatically collect. When you feed this blood to the tree, your allocated passives will be put to work. This section of the Genesis tree can be used to grow new grafts for you, which the Genesis tree will then birth in a gruesome display.
Oh,
Basic
okay,
passives
and it's
for the
based
tree
on your
will increase
passives.
Item rarity of birthed grafts, or the chance to birth additional grafts.
Oh,
These
that's
passives can
cool.
target specific types of grafts, and this passive causes grafts to be birthed with a random amount of quality. Quality improves the amount of blood that can be stored by your grafts.
Wow.
This section of the Genesis tree births currency items.
Wait, they can have
Basic passives can result in
2,500
more
item
or
rarity?
better currency.
I think,
Allocate
can
this
you just,
passive to sometimes cause a shower of currency to burst forth from the flesh of the tree.
does it mean you could just barf a mirror?
But working with the organic matter of a bunch of dead otherworldly creatures was never going to be a clean affair.
That's an Orb of Regret next to an Orb of
Grafts are born
Augmentation.
of a different world, so are unmodifiable by most currencies. However, with this passive, the
Or-
Genesis
Mirror
tree
probably
can
doesn't have
occasionally
a-
grow fleshy
isn't on the drop
mockeries of
table.
currency orbs.
I'm gonna wait until I see these ascendancies, Finn.
Augmentation orbs, regal orbs, or exalted orbs, but they work on your grafts instead of normal gear.
Sorry, Boca, did you say is mirror on the normal drop table?
I don't think it's going to be on
Yes.
the drop table.
It's just
for these.
extremely rare.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, with
Well, it's
how
a currency.
high
It's still
item rarity
considered a
they're
basic
giving
currency.
you, I don't think they would let it drop. But he just said that the currencies are going to be slightly different.
I think they would. No, I
Yeah,
absolutely
and
think they
look,
will.
they're
I think they will.
we're looking at them right now. They're different, and they only work on the hands. It looks like.
Well, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what's on the table right there.
What do you mean?
He
I'm
just used an
confused.
orb of augmentation, and he said they work on the hands though. So apparently these ones aren't going to work on regular equipment. Wait, does that Wreathed in Light literally do
No, these are
78,000
specific
lightning
type of
damage?
currency.
And it's only level 25?
It's level 25. That's the level of it, but that's not like
Look
that's
how
not
much
the
damage it's
level
doing though.
that you can get it at. I imagine that's like
I assume that's going to be like a
8700.
way high
This
level
is
item.
probably like
Because that's like, what's that, like a boss nuke almost?
this is probably level 83.
Probably.
Then this is gonna be a level 83 plus. Like
Also, it has a 12% chance to...
Yep, it's graft crafting. Allocating this passive can result in foul-born currencies. This foul
Olga's reacting to my stream, reacting to Path of Exile stream.
orb, except
Stream's action.
guarantees a higher tier modifier. By locking out a large portion of the lower rolls, a normal exalted orb would be able to hit. The largest section of the Genesis tree
Wait. So
rare
hang on a second. So these Ashcrafts, These specific things are kind of like the tiered currency from Path of Exile 2. So that's like a tier 2 or tier 3 Exile orb in Path of Exile 2.
Okay.
That's so crazy.
For these, you have a lot of agency to
PoE 1.5, here we go.
modifiers on your grown item. For example, you can specifically target boots with a dexterity requirement, with an increased chance for speed modifiers, and reduced chance for cold modifiers.
This is sick, honestly.
You prefer to look for a two-handed axe with increased chance for physical modifiers. This section of the tree is for growing unique items. Similar to the equipment section, there are passives that let you target growing specific types of uniques or rarer uniques. The process of growth is not always a perfect one, however, and can result in some defects. This passive can result in birthed uniques becoming foulborn, which mutates one of the existing modifiers on the item into a new one, resulting in some interesting new ways to use that unique. For example, this foulborn quill rain no longer has increased projectile speed, but instead has increased area of effect.
Holy shit.
Another foulborn quill rain could replace the mana gained on hit with the much more powerful modifier where insufficient mana doesn't prevent your bow attacks. Here are some
Oh my gosh.
Wait. What does that mean?
This passive even gives a rare chance.
Wait, what?
Insufficient mana
What does
doesn't
what
prevent
mean?
your bonus attacks.
Yes.
Does that mean you could just spam
Yeah, this means you
something
can
and it
still-
never
as long
doesn't
as
even
you-
matter? Even if you don't have mana?
Yes. You
That's-
can. Yes, you may run out of mana, but as long as you have a gem that is socketed that uses a bow and is attack tagged, it will work even if you don't have mana.
That's a little busted.
That's crazy.
Just a little busted. Wagon
Here
wagon.
are some other examples.
Let's see, Zoph's Blood, Elemental Overload, and a Gold Rim with 63% Chaos Resistance. Alright. That's huge.
This passive
like that
even
gold
gives a
rim would be
rare
very
chance for
expensive.
foulborn uniques to have multiple different modifiers mutated. I'm sure you'll come up with some
Oh,
extremely
hell yeah.
powerful uses for these. We'll leave it up to you to discover what this mysterious part of the Genesis tree can grow.
The mysterious item.
Ultimately, you'll be slaying masses of breach monsters, harvesting blood with the aid of your grafts, feeding that to the Genesis tree, growing some items and better grafts, and back again to the slaughter. As with all our challenge leagues, this league will come with a set of 40 challenges to pursue, and completing them will award you with the Keeper of the Flame armor set, allowing you to truly embrace becoming a monk and worshipping the Dreamer.
Nice.
I want the dreamer
Now,
outfit, guys.
Graph skills won't be the only new tools to play with. In 327, we're also adding a collection of
Skill
new
time.
and support gems. Let's
Let's see if any are good for us to change our build.
Kinetic Rain is a new wand attack, which covers the ground in unstable kinetic energy.
Holy shit.
Hazards collapse at the slightest touch, releasing their energies into any unfortunate soul who happens to be standing on them. With enough projectiles and area of effect, an enterprising exile could carpet the world in dangerous kinetic force.
Not gonna lie, that
Wall
seems
of Force
fun.
creates a barrier of kinetic power, causing allied projectiles to ricochet towards targets automatically.
That looks fun.
Boss, and redirect the bolts of your armies. I'm sure you'll find ways to break this one. Conflagration is a new bow attack which rains down fiery bolts from above that stick into the ground and pulse as you approach. Once you get close enough, these bolts detonate, causing ravaging ignites. These bolts chain react, allowing you to create fields of incendiary destruction.
Wait, can I go at lightning
Thunderstorm is a
fire
bow attack,
bow
which
build?
creates a whirling storm of wind and lightning where it lands. While you're within the
Wait!
storm, it
Can
will
I put all
rapidly
three of
grow
those on a
until
bow?
it becomes violently thunderous
Oh.
with lightning infused
Can I go
fire.
elemental
Oh.
bow master with the elemental tornado as like a
You could probably go like mana forged arrows, and then you can work out which one you want to use as your main skill. and then have them, have it cast the mana for gyro setup.
At this point,
Probably.
the storm will cause it to detonate, dealing damage to everything within and releasing a flurry of tornadoes in all directions.
This feels like sick so far.
Attacking with kinetic fusillade will create hovering orbs of energy. These linger for a few moments above you before zipping off.
Was this
to
a
nearby
once?
planets, chaining between them,
A one skill?
detonating. Living lightning support will bring to life living sparks of energy, elemental minions that zap through packs of enemies with speed and ease. Use these alongside your spellcasting to augment your pack clearing abilities.
Oh, I think this is for you, Mr. Dragon.
The world in living sparks
What?
of ruin.
The lightning.
This feels like it's for Mr. Dragon.
Burst support unleashes chaotic tornadoes as you attack, which ricochet
The lightning remnants.
quickly. These deal moderate damage as they travel, but will explode into a highly damaging burst when they expire. So it's a choice between scaling their duration up to get better coverage, or down to access the burst more quickly. Kinetic instability is a support gem to go along with the new wand attacks that causes enemies slain to leave behind those same orbs of shimmering energy that kinetic rain creates. One might ponder just how many orbs you can create if you were to use both.
Make a minefield.
In 327, exiles will be able to absorb the power of some of the bosses they defeat. These take the form of new
Bloodline
ascendancy class
classes.
options called bloodlines.
Okay.
Bloodline classes are a new means of character customization in the endgame.
Diablo could never
They are
absolutely
secondary
not.
ascendancy classes that are unlocked by defeating specific endgame bosses. They are allocated with your normal ascendancy points, and you'll have to choose how many of your points go into the original ascendancy and how many
Oh,
into your
shit.
bloodline class.
Oh.
That won't be a
There's a
problem for
nigh-limitless
necromancy.
ability to
Necromancy has
mix and match
such
here.
like
As
lackluster,
you could
Mix and match ascendancies.
into your bloodline,
lackluster
or
ascendancy.
max
You're
it
probably
out.
going to go completely
And you could
into
take
it.
any bloodline with any base ascendancy class that you see fit. To unlock your bloodline, hunt down the endgame boss whose power you desire and defeat them, or have a friend help and claim the power for your own. There are 10 bloodline classes to discover. Bosses who offer this power are typically associated with past leagues, giving additional reasons to engage with that league content. Let's run over a few examples. The
League
Chaos
mechanic
Bloodline will be
bloodline?
offered to you by the Trial Master, if you manage to succeed his final challenge. With his blessing, you can greatly augment your Vow skills in different ways. Priest of Yalmak lets you use Vow skills much more often, while Priest of Kopek makes it harder to build up Vow skills, but makes them far more powerful. Or take Corruption's Embrace, which grants more Vow Keystone powers the more corrupted items you have equipped. The Ashabi bloodline can be gained by, you guessed it, defeating Ashabi. Her abilities are drawn from the 3 types of life force that manifest within as Marian spirits. The Wild Bear rewards you with
This
a
is
drink
Harvest.
for generating rage. The Vivid Cat gives your elusive buffs a chance to refresh, as well as making you more stealthy while elusive. The Primal Owl allows your unleashed spells to reoccur many additional times, and get stronger for each time they reoccur.
This is the Rue skill.
Nameless bloodline comes from the King in the Mists. Be forewarned, his menacing power comes at a great cost. With the Unseen Hand, you can equip a 3rd ring, but you'll have to decide if that comes at the expense of having no amulet, no belt, or
Oh.
no flasks.
Wait, one of them said unaffected by
Oh,
bleeding.
shit.
Adds a hefty
Unaffected
life
by
cost to
bleeding
all
on
your
a
spells.
ascendancy tree?
But they deal additional chaos damage based on the amount of life spent. Of course, there is more to come. What powers might you glean from delving deep underneath Rayclass to fight all the Crystal King?
I think that's, wasn't that Slayer
Herald of the
tree one before?
End of the Forbidden Sanctum. As you can imagine, there are countless possible combinations with the system. You could be a Slayer that embraces corruption and vile power, or perhaps you'll play an occultist that doubles down on their dark power by integrating the
Yeah,
name.
but a second. So it looks like for the ascendancies, you're only going to be able to put in 2 ascendancies, like 2 labyrinths worth of ascendancies into each class. So that's interesting. I'm guessing we can only take one of these ascendancies. We can't take multiple different ascendancies.
Bloodline we are excited to see what crazy and interesting builds players come up with. In the most recent Path of Exile 2 expansion, the Third Edict, we introduced a much anticipated feature, fully asynchronous trade. It was a fantastic success, so now we're excited to announce that we'll also be adding this feature into Path of Exile 1.
Let's go.
You'll be able to find Faustus in Lion Eye's Watch. Previously, he just...
Async trade. Let's go.
Now, he will also act as a steward for your merchants tabs. These are where you can place items for sale, for direct and instant purchase by other players even when you're not online. To list an item, simply place it in the tab and select a currency and an amount. Once listed, other players will be able to find the item by searching for it via the trade website or the new in-game market search. To purchase something for yourself, it's as easy as hitting this button, which will teleport you to the seller's hideout, where you can view their merchants tabs, buy the item, and also view the rest of their wares in case something else catches your eye. Every purchase costs a small fee of gold, as Faustus takes his cut. To account for this further drain on gold, acquisition and cost balance elsewhere in the game has been adjusted. Anything you've managed to sell successfully will have your profits collected here, in a separate tab to claim at your leisure.
Nice.
To be clear, previous means of trading, such as via pre-existing premium stash tabs and the website, will still function just as before. Merchants tabs, and the asynchronous trading that comes with them, are an entirely additive feature on top of the already existing methods to trade.
Means I gotta
You
buy
might
me
find
a
yourself
merchant's
needing
tab.
the trade system to buy some upgrades, because this
Probably
update
gonna be
also
like
introduces
$5.
3 new Uber Pinnacle boss fights. These encounters are manifested from
They'll
memories
cost the
of
same as the premium tabs.
long torment. They
Which
have
are, what
festered
are they,
into
like
something
$1?
truly deadly.
$5?
Ubers.
Offer an imposing challenge, alongside powerful rewards. In order to gain access, similar to existing Uber Pinnacle fights, you'll need to discover fragments dropped by Tier 17 map bosses. Each attempt at the new Uber Pinnacle fights will require 5 of these. Let's dig into some of the challenges you'll need to face in these new Uber versions. In the original incarnation of Neglect fight, the statues can be used to block the laser beams to hide behind.
I thought that's who this was.
To avoid being shocked, frozen, or killed. When you run near these statues, they activate and allow you to reposition them. While activated, they will not stop the lasers, meaning you want to position them well, then avoid them. However, in the Uber version of this fight, instead of being a safe haven, the statues will refract the laser beams, causing a ruckus of energy to cover the arena. Activating them will prevent the refraction, so unlike the base fight, where you want to position them well and then avoid them, you'll be wanting to constantly keep these statues active. But then, you have to deal with their assault of attacks. While fighting the incarnation of Fear, these fiery orbs will slowly clutter up the arena, locking off portions of it until you bait the boss into detonating them himself with his thrown spear. When Uberified, these orbs are attached by a flaming leash to the boss, rotating around him constantly.
Oh, cool.
More and more
So
will spawn
it's
as the
harder
fight
for him to
goes
get
on,
them to blow up.
making
Okay,
it
nice.
even more imperative that you clean them up by cleverly using the boss's abilities against him. Normally in the
that
incarnation
seems-
of Dread fight, during
That
the
seems terrible if you're not a tanky character.
a red rose, run it to the boss, then collect a blue rose, doing the same, causing it to get heavy stunned and interrupting its mechanic. In the Uber version, you have to do the same, but in order to get the blue rose, you have to defeat the incarnation of Neglect, and to get the red rose, you have to defeat the incarnation of Fear. Good luck.
That seems
Given the
very
difficulty of these bosses, their reward should be worth your while.
player killer.
Let's take a look at some.
Oh, and your rewards.
The Uber incarnation of Neglect
Bitter Instinct. Okay.
Reflects 300 to melee attackers. Retaliation skills 79 increased
Retaliation
damage.
shield.
Retaliation skills become usable every 4 seconds. Oh, you could just use them. Oh, that...
Fight. We
That's
have Bitter Instinct.
strong.
A spiky shield that turns
4-second cooldown.
into preemptive ones, making it just a matter of time before the long arm of justice crushes your foes.
And they're double linked,
Alternatively,
so I think some
you
of them
might
can
find
get to where they
festering resentment.
completely cover
A
that.
poisoned blade with an unending supply of toxins
time.
built into the hilt.
Festering Remnant.
These toxins are put to good use, causing every spell you trigger to be capable of poisoning with all damage it deals, enabling a
Oh, cool.
So big poison dagger. Big buff for the chaos players.
truly crazy trigger-centric poison ruckus. And from the uber incarnation of Dread, the Hallowed Monarch, a counterpart to the Dark Monarch, which focuses more heavily on investing into one or a few minions, rather than growing your hordes to massive proportions. Storm Rayclast, with your chosen few at your side, stealing power from your enemies as you go.
Wait, this is Minion Headhunter. Let's go.
That is kind of funny.
Amazing.
Headhunter.
We've got a number of quality of life changes to bring to 327 as well. Many of which you may have seen already in some of our pre-livestream teasers, but for those who haven't, Heist is a mechanic which has long frustrated some players who may otherwise have been interested in the rewards it has to offer, but have not
Heist rework?
to grind through the early progress of finding and running low-level contracts to get all of the rogues to their maximum level. Well, starting in 327, Heist rogues will automatically begin at maximum level, so you can start your dubious criminal career without all the busy work. Points invested into your Atlas passive tree will now be refundable with gold. Just speak to Kerak to do so.
Thank you!
For players who love jumping between strategies, there's
Thank you.
also an option to instantly
Thank you.
refund your
Basically,
entire
this
tree,
just means
which of course can now also be
there's
done
less of a
with your
problem of
regular
me
passive
messing
tree
up,
as well.
like,
Now you can make all your decisions with no
my
regrets.
little, like,
Well,
connections.
Maybe some regrets. You no longer need to purchase bestiary orbs. You can now itemize beasts for free directly from your bestiary. From late Act 1, you can now mass identify
Thank
your
you.
items at an NPC in every town.
I was
and
wondering
from
when that
Helena
would come
in
to
your hideout.
PoE 1. The
This
mass
does not-
identify.
Thank you, GGG. Thank you for all this quality of life.
While using an alteration orb, you can now hold Alt to swap to using an augmentation orb, if one is available.
Is your beastcraft?
Opening a
Is
blight
your trade?
will now open all other blight chests near it.
Quatio Blight, let's go.
Enchanting services can now be accessed from towns and hideouts. Kerak missions now have a handy icon to show at a glance what kind of mission they are. Holding down Control and right-clicking on stacked decks will now continuously open them to your inventory, notifying you in chat what the
Not
outcome
that I ever,
is.
like, opened stacks
If you
that
still
much.
want to open them direct to the ground, to let your loot filter provide a dose of dopamine, you can still do that too by also holding Shift. Val orbs can be used on monsters encased in essences, to the same effect that remnants of corruption have. When multiple skill gems are ready to level at the same time, you'll now be able to click this button to level them all up
Thank
at
you.
once.
I've
Next
died
up,
so many times
we're going
trying
to
to
be
click
talking
all
about
of
our
those.
new League supporter packs. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Champion of Theopolis and the Verdant Magus packs.
Oh,
Each tier
nice.
contains the pack's
I like
full
that
base
finisher.
value and points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Champion of Theopolis series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Manifest a champion's ferocity, as the Lion's Might unique finisher effect rips your enemies to shreds. Open the Champion of Theopolis portal to end your crusade through maps in the style expected of a true victor of the arena. Defeat your enemies like a true gladiator, wearing the
I
grand
haven't seen
champion
Orobots hit ruin mid-run because he got like, the level all thing.
awarded only to the most elite warriors of the Grand Arena.
They got the level all thing and then they're just their efficiency. The reservation goes over cap.
Storm into combat with the Flaming Minotaur's Quicksilver Flask effect. The champion's podium map device rises up to honor the glory you've achieved as you activate it. Ascend the stairs and stand atop the platform as you enter your maps. Each flame surrounding the platform
I don't like that.
remaining use on your portal. The burden-back belly goat carries all the supplies necessary for a campsite as he travels behind you in battle. When placed in a hideout, instead of roaming around like your other pets, their supplies are deployed, creating a small camp where you can access your stash and providing a place to take a load off while you rest next to the campfire. The Verdant Magus series contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
Chat, it's a
Having
nature
fails to
puppy.
sell your items on your behalf is great and all, but sometimes you just want 6
Okay.
exclusive access your
Okay.
in battle.
I need the
I'm gonna
goat.
back him watching that go again.
Belly goat
I want that goat
carries
so
all
bad.
the supplies necessary for a campsite. As he
I'm
travels
unsure
behind
what I
you in
want more,
battle.
the goat or the doggy.
When
I think I
placed in
want
a
the goat the
hideout,
most.
Instead of roaming around like your other pets, their supplies are deployed.
Just because he
creating a
chills.
small
See,
camp.
he like
I
lays
just need to
down
go back
he
and listen to that
chills.
again and make sure
Place to
because
take a load off while you
it's-
rest next to the campfire.
he chills, but I want to make sure that you can't deploy this elsewhere other than in your hideout because that would be busted. That would be pay to win.
Sell your items on your behalf is great and all, but sometimes you just want to feel a
I
little
don't
bit
think
more
he
shady
actually
about your
kills you.
dealings. The Back Alley Trader hideout decoration is more secretive with your trades, creating distance between you and your...
No. The reason I said specifically it has to be the hideout only is because being able to access your stash while in maps would be.
Oh yeah, that
incredibly
would be pay
overpowered
to
since,
win.
you know,
Yeah.
you only get a limited number of portals.
customers. Note that until 327 is released, this Back Alley
Just
Trader
maps, that would be
only serves
busted.
as your currency exchange. Once it's out, it will be updated to have the new managed shop option to also facilitate your trades. The Verdant Wayfinder pet is a loyal companion to any Master Magus. As you approach waypoints, it envelops them with its vines, guiding you throughout Rayclast. Control Earth and nature itself, as the Great Verdant Magus armor set envelops you in the ancient power now lost to time. There's
Fancy.
also a matching back attachment included. Remnants of the forest ripple out from within you with the Verdant Magus level up effect equipped, restoring life to the corrupted land. Call on an ancient golem to use their power to create a safe passage for you to retreat through with the Arcane Golem Portal. As a Supreme Verdant Magus, you can travel to your Arcane Isle hideout.
It's a
Cluster
treehouse,
of islands
chat.
held together by ancient magic passed down between elite mages.
Guys, it's a
It's amazing.
treehouse.
Stand atop your tower and relish the great heights you've reached above
It's a
those who have not
treehouse.
harnessed the arcane. These packs are now available for purchase on both PC and console and will remain so during Path of Exile,
That might be
Keepers of
my-
the
Yeah,
Flame.
I
That
would
might be
love
my
this
Christmas
hideout.
help to my
Damn.
Transactions from these supporter packs will be made available for use in
biblically
Path of
accurate. I'm
Exile
gonna
2.
fight you guys.
Meanwhile, the Crypt Keeper and Frisian Magistrate packs leave the store forever at the launch of the Keepers of the Flame League. So now's your last chance to purchase them. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
I want that.
Oh yeah, tiny boga sitting on my head. Yep,
Q&A with Ziggy D.
biblically accurate.
We'll post the full
Oh,
patch notes
Gavos in
for
your
Path
chat
of
saying
Exile,
biblically accurate.
Keepers of the
Okay.
Flame
Yeah,
at
sure.
11 a.m. New Zealand time, 3 p.m.
Don't do that.
With release at the end of next week, our community
Don't do that. Never.
crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news. Thanks for joining us today.
I
and
may or may
checking
not
out our
want y'all to
latest
do that for me.
developments. We're looking forward to holding off the Breach
Although I'll
Lord's
probably
conquest,
just my action
crafting
by
gruesome
myself.
grafts, planning dozens of
I'm gonna
bloodline
be looking at my
empowered
account and
builds,
seeing if I can justify
and filling out our
getting
trees
myself
tree.
the treehouse. I
We
really,
hope
really
you
want
all
the
join us.
treehouse because that's literally my thing. Is like every game we play that allows it, I want to build a treehouse. That or a cave, but like So far, I haven't liked any
If
of the
anyone
cave
wants to
hideouts
gift me
that they've
points,
given us.
I will not say no, but at the same time, please,
Welcome.
please not give me money for it.
Reveal discussion and
Alright, well, that was the reveal. That was amazing.
Was good.
That's
Was
a great
good.
tape. I don't really want to watch the Q&A with Zagidi. Let me quickly unmute in Discord. And fix it so that we can all hear each other. Hey, okay, everyone, we can all hear. Yeah, rip Zagidi. Sorry, Zagidi.
All right,
We
Coco,
don't care about the
Coco,
Q&A.
I'm dragging you into more stream.
Oh boy, PoE.
And you want to hear the dog? Papa's home.
Oh wow.
She's really happy now. She's doing the little.